Welcome to Cindy Certified Recipes, everybody. Today we're making an ice cream recipe that's so easy, your ice cream maker is going to be collecting dust in that cupboard. So stick around. This is going to be a yummy video. Okay, everybody, we're back and we're going to get this party started by pouring in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into a bowl. And you want a fairly decent size bowl for this. I like to start off kind of slow so that it doesn't splatter all over the place. And then when it gets thicker, I'll speed it up. We're going to whip this till we have stiff peaks. Give that a check. And that looks nice and stiff. And now we're going to add 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Whip that in. Basically what you're doing is you're just incorporating those ingredients and then whipping some air into this like an ice cream machine would do. And at this point, this is what you would put in a container for vanilla, if you just wanted vanilla. And at this point too, if you just wanted vanilla, you could swirl in some fruit puree or nuts or chocolate fudge or whatever you want, and then you would put it in your container. But since we're making vanilla and chocolate, I do have chocolate in the freezer, so you will see that later. But to make chocolate, you're just going to use ½ a cup of Dutch process unsweetened cocoa. And the reason why Dutch process is because it blends better and it also makes a darker chocolate. So we're going to get a little bit of a cocoa cloud. Try to keep that to a minimum here. Just gotta scrape down the sides a little bit. This is what you are looking for. It's going to look like frosting, and it's as easy as frosting. And now we're going to get my bowl ready to put it in the container, and we'll get that in the freezer. Okay, we're back, and I got my little container here. You can use a loaf pan. Pretty much anything will work. Depends, what kind of space you have in your freezer. I like these because I can make a couple different flavors and stack them. So we're just going to pour that in there. And then you're just going to press that down ever so slightly. You don't want to press it down too much and lose all that beautiful loft. Just get it down in the corners. Like so. And then you're just going to get a little piece of plastic wrap, and you want to put that on there so that it lightly touches the ice cream. And if you're using a container that doesn't have a lid, that's fine. This will sit in the freezer just fine, but I happen to have a lid here, so we're going to put that lid on there, and that's going to go in the freezer about 4 to 7 hours. So yesterday I took some of that vanilla ice cream I made and decided to make it into pops. And so I have these metal molds, and what I got to do is dip them in a little bit of water, like so. And kind of wiggle them out and keep my fingers crossed. There we go. And then I take the little cover off. And you know what we're going to do next? We're going to dip them in this chocolate that's going to freeze on there and make a nice little crunchy chocolate dipped ice cream. So you just put that in there, and then you got to hold it for just a few seconds. And it freezes usually pretty fast, and then you can start crunching on that. So I'm just going to hold it here just a few seconds, and it'll get kind of dull colored, and then you'll have your nice crunchy chocolate covered chocolate bar. You see it getting duller. But this is a fun idea, especially when you have kids. Or kids at heart, so I can't wait anymore. I'm gonna give it a bite. So good, you guys. See that coating? Just like a chocolate bar. Everyone's gonna love these. Now I gotta show you my tubs of vanilla and chocolate. We have our beautiful, easy ice cream out of the fridge, out of the freezer, I should say. I actually made these batches last night. And you're just gonna take the wrapper off, like so, and start digging in. Isn't that beautiful? It's like the best ice cream you've ever had. And I got a few cones over here. You can put it in a cone. Like so. Hope that stays. And I also have these little cups. Put that over here. And I'll scoop some in there. I mean, how cute is that? I mean, that's just so cute. And you can put little colored candies on. Or here I have tiny little chocolate chips. And then you know, you can't have this without some chocolate. It's cold this morning, so it needs some help. OMG, you guys. You gotta come over for this ice cream party. So, And then lastly, you can put some in a glass, but I think we'll do the chocolate one in this one. Put these over here. And we're gonna dig out the chocolate. Beautiful. I'll use a different scoop for that one. Absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Let me get a spoon. It is so creamy. And my husband's gonna love it because he is total chocoholic. You cannot believe how creamy that is. That will far surpass any even high-end ice cream you get at the supermarket. And it only has 3 ingredients, so you don't have to look at all those other things you can't pronounce on the package. Totally delicious, you guys. I hope you try it soon. With this no machine ice cream, there's no reason not to indulge in this creamy delight as often as the mood strikes. And as always, if it's time tested, top-notch ingredients, and the talk of the table, it's Cindy certified.